Good morning, um, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome, and welcome. We are having a very quick emergency show. Um, as to recap, as to find out, as to determine what's really going on and what's really happening, especially in terms of the election, the senatorial election in Lofa County. Invite someone to be part of this conversation. Again, this is an emergency show, so we are Seku will be joining us. Let's share the show. We have the opportunity to open the lines so that you can contribute, um, and we can go from there. Um, a lot of things is going on. There are a lot of things going on. Um, so we would encourage you to share the show. Again, this is an emergency show. We talk about a lot of different things here, some possibilities. You will have the opportunity to speak, and we will go from there. But in the meantime, let's share the show. Um, I'm reading some of the comments here and laughing. Let's share the show, guys, please. I know there are a lot of people that anticipated the show. A lot of people called on us. Um, we did tell you that we would be on at some point this week. Give me a second here, please. One second. Um, Sorry about that, but let's invite someone. Let's get started with the show here. This is an emergency show. We did tell you on Monday that we would have an emergency show. We did say it. And so this should not be too strange to you. But we have to have this conversation, though. We do. We have to have this conversation. There is no way we can shy away from it. There is no way we can avoid it. It must happen. And the sooner the better. I believe the sooner the better. So let's make this conversation happen. Invite someone, share the show. Help us, please, to share the show. Like I said to you last week, I know for sure Telvi has a busy schedule. So she could come on. I don't want to bet 100% before I get in trouble with some of our viewers and some of the people that look forward to Telvi being on. So we'll talk about everything today. We'll talk about what happened. Um, I don't know if that inside information or inside scoop. Um, we've seen the Unity Party's war room. And so there's also something going on behind the scene that we'll talk about. So we'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about all of those things. So let's share the show really quick here. Again, Seku will be joining us momentarily. Seku would be joining us momentarily so that we can have this conversation. And I'm hoping I will reach out. I haven't reached out to Telvi to find out if she would make it. But I know she's been busy, very busy since she came back. So we'll figure that out here. But let's share the show. very interesting things are happening. There is also a Supreme Court ruling for the Liberty Party, but that we're not getting to today because of the anxiety, the nature of what's going on. So we'll not talk about it today, but we'll definitely talk about the elections in NOFA, the possibility of who will win. I don't know about other people, but I will make a projection on who will win today. On Wednesday, on Monday, I did not make a projection on who will win. I stayed in the middle. But based on what I've seen, what I've heard, I will make a projection on who will win today. So there's a lot of things we'll talk about here. There are a lot of things. But let's share the show, please, guys. Let's share the show. There are a lot of things we'll talk about. We'll also try to look into the future of the opposition, because this election has taught us as a people a lot, whether you like it or not. Some might not agree with us, some might not like it, but the fact remains. And that's what we're going to talk about. That is exactly what we will talk about. So let me recognize one or two people before we get to the break here, and then once we do that, we will. So if you don't write, we'll not be able to recognize you. Once we get back from the break, the musical break, straightly we're getting into the conversation. We're trying to make contact with the guys in Lofa County as well to find out, to pick up some basic information, but we have not been able to link up with the team 100%. But let's move quickly. Mohammed was the first on here today. Mohammed, welcome to the show. Ansu said, Katima, welcome to the show. Ansu, Fala Joseph, welcome to the show. Zule, welcome to the show. Joel, welcome to the show. Joel Bamboo, welcome to the show. Somebody did talk about the definition. You on your own. You'll be fine. Mustafa, welcome to the show. Hinel, is that Hanel? Or Hinel Flomo, welcome to the show. Lincoln, welcome to the show. Umetrio, welcome to the show. Varney, welcome to the show. Smith Dawit, Nanka again, yellow noise. These people, man, we discussing throughout election issue. What people get anxiety, you talking about support, or you see your life. Let's share the show, guys. You see your life. James Tan, welcome to the show. James S. Kwekwe. Oh no, not Kwekwe, sorry. Is that Quality? Welcome to the show. So James is asking, what is the emergency aspect of the show? The fact that you are here as an emergency by yourself, you'll balance. You'll be fine. If it's not an emergency, then if it's not emergent to you, bye. Rachel, LRB Diva, Bawi, welcome to the show. What's up, friend? My friend. Friend, what's up? I hope you're back from Minnesota, because you already know. Blama, welcome to the show. Suzette, welcome to the show. Angie, welcome to the show. Harris, welcome to the show. Sorry, I'm going through the names. I will be careful as to slow down. Hold on. Sorry if I skip your name. Okay. Benedict, welcome to the show. Hold on. Uka, welcome to the show. Bazagoli. Man, people, man, Victor, you just noise. Yeah, bro. Okay, Kotima 1, period. We move. Boy, welcome to the show. Emmanuel, welcome to the show. Archie, welcome to the show. Woolaba, welcome to the show. Randy, welcome to the show. Samira, welcome to the show. Vamendi, welcome to the show. G. Isaac, welcome to the show. Omen Smo, welcome to the show. McGill, welcome to the show. Eugene, welcome to the show. Philip, welcome to the show. Harry, you and Smith, that we already not call your names. I'm not calling your names again. Especially the Smith that we may get. They may get hotter. They can't get hotter, I swear. Hey guys, Smith that we can't get hotter. Victoria, welcome to the show. Elvis, welcome to the show. James, welcome to the show. Mohammed, welcome to the show. David, welcome to the show. Jimmy, welcome to the show. Morris, welcome to the show. Balak, welcome to the show. KJ, welcome to the show. Pauline, welcome to the show. Sierra Townsend, welcome to Sierra. Where you been at? Terry, welcome to the show. Ben, welcome to the show. Unbreakable, welcome to the show. James, welcome to the show. Maggie, I'm not calling your name, man. I'm not calling your name again. What didn't going on? Why you just read him more than 5 times? You want to order what need to be called? Vivian, welcome to the show. Masaboa, welcome to the show. Michael, welcome to the show. Mason Gold Jr., welcome to the show. My man, you in Paris? What's up, bro? Rita, welcome to the show. Victor, welcome to the show. Mohammed, welcome to the show. Joseph, welcome to the show. Yampu, welcome to the show. Philip Daniel, my man, what's up? What's up, bro? I mean, I don't get to see you. I hope you in Arizona, my man. We gotta talk, bro. Zardi, welcome to the show. Alexander, welcome to the show. Lincoln, welcome to the show. Sammy, welcome to the show. Is that Bunchy? Bunchy, welcome to the show. Ignitus, welcome to the show. Oh, see that every day I can see you on the show, yeah, man. The few that you took a sabbatical, I don't know what's going on with you. Just Ebano or you in Texas there. Jacob, welcome to the show. Parry, welcome to the show. Ruben, welcome to the show. And George Silly, welcome to the show. Silent Silly. All right. Well, let's get to the musical break really, really quick. I did call Ruben's name, and I think that should be good. That should be good. Lou, welcome to the show. All right, let's get to the musical break really, really quick. Che Jabate, welcome to the show. So once we come back, if we haven't recognized you, the last person we'll recognize was Che Jabate. So once we get back, we'll Elfrida, welcome to the show. C. Willing P, welcome to the show. Eugene Grimes, welcome to the show. Yeah, my people, y'all can claim who y'all think won. That's fine. I'm begging you. No 14 years today. I'm begging you to remember a chill day. Everybody have it. Today a chill day. We'll get back. We'll talk. I know who's next on the list. So just because I know which county is next to have similar or worse drama than Lofa County. So we'll head straight to that county in terms of musical break so that you can know exactly who we're talking about.
Why
with dancing again in the back. That small dancing I was doing. What? I say I afraid of my own dancing style. I get it style. I got different dancing style. Just new dancing style. 2023 dancing with waist. Because that small practicing I doing. I just bounce on your journal with dancing. You ain't even some of you are not even watching. So if you're watching, some of you will still hit. But I was dancing though. I was dancing in the back. The song, the song not easy. The song I was just playing, that song not easy. I was dancing in the back. Anybody says that not true, you on your own. You on your own. Only hear them was I was not dancing. I was dancing in the back. So you were spotting me how I was dancing in the back. You saw that new move?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't tell people what happened to Abu.
No, leave that one. That top secret. Forget it. Forget that one.
Party.
Forget that one.
I can't tell people.
Forget that one. But Mr. Kanye, what's up? Welcome to the show.
Any person, but be welcoming me to the show. The person should not be welcoming me to the show.
I come and get in trouble again.
Yeah, so
Mr. Kanye, let me tell you why you greet our people, please.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got some information. So about the result. So we'll be talking. Okay. Yeah. So, folks, first of all, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. I want to say thank you very much for joining SKTV once again, as always. A lot going on. I know Steve has talked about this. We normally don't do show on Tuesday?
Wednesday.
We normally don't do show on Wednesday. We only do show on Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. But today we are doing so simply because we want to make sure we keep you informed and we'll keep our audience engaged, especially when something of this magnitude is going on. We have to make sure we are, we are available to keep you updated. So I want to say thank you to all of you. If you are watching us from Liberia, I want to say, good evening. If you're in America, anywhere in America, if you're in the East Coast, good afternoon. And of course, if you are around our area here in the West Coast, we want to say good morning. We are here to discuss these issues. Maybe some of you are privileged to certain information that we may not have. Equally, so we have some information, pretty much something that seems to be like close to the final vote tally. I'm talking about total number. Our sources, after putting all the number together in all the counties that represent almost 99, let me get the exact figure. Almost 99.6%. I think you can consider that one as all of the vote. But even though it's tight, it's very, very, very tight. Razor thin. But somebody is ahead. So we'll talk about that. I just want to use the opportunity to say hello to our people. The conversation is going to be very informative. And if you have one or two things to add, do not hesitate to call us. We will take your phone. And those of you who can call the local number, if you are in Liberia, you can call the WhatsApp number. If you can't get a WhatsApp number, you can call my phone on from there you call it, from Messenger. If you don't get that one, then you on your own. That means you from the people then I won't call it when before they can be angry at me here. But yet, indeed, I want to say good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Yeah, once again, my brother James, good day, Flomo. Thank you for following. And so, Steve, that's what I got to say for now. I mean, I'm open to the conversation. I know it's going to be. You know what, Steve? Before I even say something else, yesterday we saw claims and counterclaims from both the CDC and the Unity Party people. So I wrote and said that, you know, we should all celebrate the fact that the election was peaceful. But we should wait. I will wait for NEC to give the final result. We can talk about numbers, but to say this person won or this person, or to call the election for a particular person, I'm not going to do that. But by the time I did that, by the time I said, somebody was started attacking me from both ends. In fact, I saw a post from Senator Darrell Dillon himself that because it's not going their way, they're crying to wait for NEC. I don't even know which way they're talking about. Because for me, I don't have a candidate in between the CDC and the UP. The winning person that I was supporting in that particular election, or in this particular election, was Estee Mayamu Fofana. And Mayamu Fofana is not near, the two competitors. So people should not get angry. In fact, someone else came yesterday and said, "Oh, because it's not going your way, that's why you won't wait for NEC." At the end of the day, yesterday, Henry Costa and some other people there, they were talking that the Unity Party already won it. At the same time, I listened to Tifa when he called around 2 a.m. in the morning, Labrador time. He said they have won. So if Costa can say the United Party won, and Tifa is saying that they already won the election, who is the best person for us to listen to? Is it not the Election Commission, National Election Commissions? So when you say that, then people start jumping on your throat and want to choke you. Steve, we are here to have a conversation. So I hope that the people, they will muster the courage to accept whatever will be the outcome of the election, regardless. In an election, only one person can win. It doesn't matter how many people in it, but only one person can win. So let people take heart and accept whatever the result is, and you should accept and move on.
Well, I think first of all, let's. You say you have. I don't know if you want to go through whatever you have in terms of the maybe 96 or so forth. I don't know if you want to share with us, but if for now,
we can do that. We want me to hold it. We can hold it. We have another conversation. We can talk about it.
But
whatever you say, you're the one that
you started something that's very interesting that I want to touch on really quick before we get into the conversation. I'm a little confused.
Okay.
I'm a little confused about the actions and the behavior of certain people. And it's getting very concerning. And the reason I'm saying this is because everyone has the right to support who they want to support.
Yeah.
If you pick a side and you support that side and it does not go your way, it's okay also for other people whether to support or to say something about your side.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. for people to be making it look like this is something personal, like people are entitled to show them solidarity or work with them, that's problematic. We saw the same thing here with CDC. 2020 election, the senatorial by-election when Thomas Fala lost the election. Truly speaking, people laugh at him. They made fun. They said all kind of things or whatever it is.
Yeah.
This result has not been called up finally yet. People have the right, again, to choose a side or to make statements. It is their right. Stop taking it personal and stop making it look like, this is not fair. This is very unfair. So I would really urge people to, slow down and get this thing going. That election, one person got to win. Whether you like it or not, somebody has to win. Let's put it that way. Someone has to win. Whether it's your side or it's the other side, someone has to win. And so my other caution also would be, I hope they will take heed when a result comes up, so that there should be no chaos in Lofa County. There should be no chaos in Lofa County.
I don't think there will be any chaos because we have law and order, so people have to govern themselves accordingly.
Good. And then also another thing also that I'm very concerned about is people don't push the thing too much till they start attacking each other, or they start attacking one party, attacking the party, one party, the other parties. This thing needs to stop. When I say attacking, I don't mean on social media. I'm saying physically, because this thing could drag from Lofa County and come down to Montserrado or other counties. We were hoping that this does not happen, and we really do pray that it doesn't happen. Listen, in elections, someone has to win. So that's just my hope, my prayer, and my caution for all of us. Let's govern ourselves before they move on.
You know what? Just give me a minute. Let me go take my hatai, because right now my eye is still a little bit dim.
Yeah, I forgot about. I'll pass it to pick up my.
Yeah, you forgot. You didn't come back for the hatai yesterday.
I'll get it. Don't worry. I'll get it.
Yeah, let me just get smart. Let me sip some small hatai, and then that one can clear my hour. Because they know that guy here, too small. I guess you're good.
All right. Why Sekou is going to get something to drink there or to get his attire or whatever now? On Monday, we started off the conversation, and we talked about different possibilities. We talked about a lot of different things that could happen, possibly. We talked about a lot of things that could happen, possibly, especially in terms of the vote, the results, and other things. We did speak about it briefly, and we try to weigh the outcomes from both sides and look into it a little deeper.
Yeah, so I'm back. But you know what, Steve?
No.
We're going to talk about the number that we have. But before we talk about it, I want the people to understand. Yesterday, when everybody was talking about the vote, the tally sheets, a lot of areas were counted. There were two places, two districts, Vahum and Vonjama, were not clear. Some people came out with some kind of thing, making it to look like their candidate already won the election. But as time, goes by up to where we are right now, most of the tally sheets from all those areas now, people have gotten everything together. They have tallied most of it. Imagine up to 99.6% of the total vote. But the people that don't like to share the show. And until they can share the show, we're not talking about the exact number we got here. Because what happened is that the number that we have here is not an official result of the election, because we are not clothed with authority to declare a winner of the election. But what we know is that all the documentation from the precincts of the election are the ones that were put together. Imagine, not just for one district, for all the district. And if you put everything together, the vote margin between the two candidates, Steve, is so tiny. You know the margin? For now, 689 vote margin between the top two. Between
Mr. Khan, are you there? His I think his internet is frozen. Mr. Khan, I would have to remove you there. It doesn't look too good, Mr. Khan. Can you please log off and log back in? Mr. Khan, can you please log back in? I'm not sure what's going on. So Mr. Khan will come so that we can share some of the information we already have available to us. To be quite honest, I'm trying my best as to not speak about this thing or to talk about this thing, but we have to talk about it. I'd like to go back to some of the things we said earlier on. Mr. Khan, can you please maybe log off and log back in, because your internet is frozen. Can you come back, log out and log back in? I think it would help. It'll probably help reboot your system. So let's get to the conversation, because this is critically important for us to talk about. On Monday, we started to have the conversation here about some of the possibilities and some of the things that are happening. We started to have that conversation. Many of you thought it was a joke or so forth. I'd like to think about a strategy that was employed during the election, the 2020 election with Senator Dillon. I like to just refer to it. I know I was part of one of the meetings with Chairman Yato.
Is it okay now?
Yes, much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me finish up the thought I was making, and maybe I can turn it back over to you.
That's fine.
And no, what's up? So Senator Dillon, during that time of the election 2020, one of the strategies that came out was we needed to ensure that we had people were purchasing precincts. People were owning precincts. In other words, I think it was 150 or so forth, in order to ensure that we had people there to secure the votes, to pay attention to the numbers. I didn't hear about that in this tense election. I didn't hear about that strategy. I don't know if it was employed or not. But so that means if you bought you get 150, that means you bought a precinct in, maybe I would just pick District 1. That precinct, if that precinct 1 in District 1 or precinct 2 or whatever it might be, your name will be, attached to it, and whoever will be there, that money will be used to help that person, to ensure that that person is there watching. These are all strategies when you're dealing with some things. On Monday, when we started to talk about some of these things, we told our people to pay attention. We told the Unity Party and other people in the opposition to be very careful and pay attention. They said we hate JMB. We hate the Unity Party. And I said it here, and I will say it again. There will be no way, and Sekou tried to push me on it. CDC would lose that election in Lofa County. You're forgetting. A banner.
Oh, the Maningo is speaking now.
To don't end up Maningo. And no one say I'm going to speak Maningo. I told say I can speak. I even exposing the tribes.
You don't want not calling the king.
Leave no.
Are you?
We're here after the show.
You know, with the Malo sister, so I'm
We're
gonna
here
do between the two of you.
Yeah, but Mr. Kane, so yes, let's go to the numbers. But this is just some things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, but the person who say if I don't say the number, I should go off. I don't know. The person want to go off, and they want me to go off.
But Mr. Kane, here's my only disappointment, though. Here's my only disappointment, because based on some of the whether from the UP war room or other information that we have been getting from other sources, I was disappointed in the turnout.
It was very low.
I was disappointed in the turnout.
It was very
That's a huge concern.
As a matter of fact, majority of the precincts where they expected 500 plus registered voters, we only get like 119, 120. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
That's way less than 50%.
Yes, and for me that speaks to something we've talked about here over and over. It speaks to the voters' fatigue. We talked about the possibility of people
voter fatigue.
Yeah,
lack of voter education.
Right,
and lack of enthusiasm in the voters. So people are not even enthusiastic about. Let's say if somebody like you, Steve, right now, running for something. Sometimes they don't want to vote, but because they love Steve, they are so enthusiastic about Steve. They want to come out to vote and go and vote. They will go out and vote, and they will just go out to go vote.
Most definitely.
But it's like people they give a voter for like they don't even know what they're voting for now. So they feel like it's still the same whether we vote or not. It's the same.
Yeah,
have to give the people give them reason why it's important for them to vote. That's why the voter turnout is so low. Yeah, so like I was saying, Steve, regardless, whatever be the final result from the National Election Commission, it is clear that Lofa, I must give you credit. You said the other day that Lofa is in play. That Lofa is a battleground, is a no man's land. Contrary to what we knew before, what we knew, what was the conventional wisdom about Lofa is that it's a no-go zone for anybody other than the UP. But to even go more than one day, people are still in the state of pandemonium as to who actually win or will win the election. It's crazy. And moreover, to have a vote difference of only 689 after counting 99.6%, I mean 0.4%, that's nothing. Because if you look at it, the margin between the two, you can divide it. Let's say, for example, the vote Councillor Jala or the UP candidate receive, half of it, it could be more than all the rest of the people. So it's like the vote was really between the two of them. So whoever, give you information, I don't know how authentic is their information. But what we're going to give you right now, it might not be far away from what NEC will give you. And the difference will be, if there'll be any difference, at all. It will be very, 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 very slim. Very, very tiny difference will be there. Because the people that send this information to us, they are privileged to the actual tally sheets, and they tabulated everything and sent us the information. So before I came on, I tried to gather information first so that people can come here and get confused. However, whatever number we're going to tell you right now is now a final result. It is, you see, some people are getting so impatient, I'm going to start beating around the bush. But I told you to share the show, you say you're not sharing the show. You're not sharing the show. Then you say, if I can't talk a thing, I'm gonna move on here. I say that in my own show, I'm gonna move on here. So you are coming now. You're so eager to know exactly what's going on. You don't want to share the show, and that's what I said. You want to come here and can't talk the thing like shit, because you know what? When I'm finished talk about it, we'll be talking there's something else now. We'll be discussing the issue now. We'll not be calling normal again. I just told you the difference between the two of them. That's 689. So Steve, according to the information we have, between the two people, actually the people turn out a little more than expected in some of the area. Because last election, even though that was the special election or like a midterm election, the winner, Bernie Sanders, received about 20,000 plus. And no other person got close to 20,000 in that election, in the election that Bernie Sanders won. So now, this, the two people that are on the top right now, both of them received more than 20,000 votes. You see? So before I even talk about the number, Steve, let me say this to you, right? Assuming that election commission, decide to say, you know what, we're not going to announce the result. We want to calm the people down. They want to do this. They want to do that. So everybody will continue to carry their own thing. And what happened yesterday? We experienced that before. Between Dillon and Polita Way, CDC declared that they won the election. And CPP people then too declared they won the election. Yeah, that's what happened. Then, during Thomas Fala, Sekou Kalasco, Akala Grill, they say it's over, that they have won the election. So similarly, what can happen is that everybody can just preempt, a celebration to confuse the other people. So somebody say, who is leading the margin? Let me tell you now. So the person who is in the second place receive, for now, out of the 99.6% of the total vote, that person received 21,019 votes. Imagine, 21,21019 votes. than the person in the second place. And the person that in the first place is also 21,708 votes. So the person that in the first place, in the second place, actually, I can call the second place first, and then you call the person that in front. The person that in the second place. I want to get the people there last name here. See what they put really, they see what they tabulated or something and send it to me. That's how I'm gonna read it. So the person name start with K. Kortim. How you pronounce that one, Steve?
Kotima.
Kotima is in the second place with 21,019 votes. The person in the first place name start with Jallah. Jalla, right?
Yes.
The person in the first place, in the first position. So, and that person received 21 out of the 99.6%, 21,708 votes for Jalla. And Kotima, 21,019 votes. So that's what we have right now. But as we speak, the one that is left is only 0.4%.
Well, I can project on this show today, like I said earlier.
No, I don't want you to project.
No, I want to project.
No. Give your opinion. I don't want you to project.
No, he ever.
Yeah, well, we can't project based on what we have right now.
No, I'm saying,
and we were told that this information is accurate. So the balance 0.4% that is left. We don't know how that number will come out, because you got to understand the fact that, Steve, the margin is very, very small. The margin very, very small. If you look at the margin, 689 votes. So that 0.4% could be more or less than that. And then, and there's no guarantee that the rest of the vote left, to be counted, going to go to one person. Maybe it'll be split. Maybe everybody will get everybody will get something from it. I know people who. Okay, hold on first. And the Kotima person, the UP person there.
yes,
because the UP person is a little bit behind now. You people are not going to be happy about that. They're not even going to believe it. But we are not the election commission. And we are not here to tell anything for you to believe. All we do here is to tell you what we have. You can take it. You can leave it.
Oh, today, oh.
Yeah.
Today you're speaking different. I'm speaking different thing. You're speaking different thing. What is going on? Okay, well.
In Labro, we said that Benin.
I like
This has nothing to do with SKTV opinion. It has nothing to do with. We don't, as a matter of fact, we criticize CDC on a daily basis. And you know very well, Joseph Boakai also and the U people have somehow antagonized SKTV. So both of those people there, I don't really care which one they will win. But I care about Liberia. I care about what will happen and what it means for 2023. So right now, let me repeat. The independent candidate, the one they call Councillor Jalla, leading. The total vote for him to 21,708 votes for now.
Mhm.
And the next person to him is UP
Kotima.
UP Kotima. UP Kotima. And Kotima have received so far 21,019 votes, 21019. That's what we have. However, as we continue to go on this show right now, we will make sure we receive the rest of the vote, or anything we receive, we'll share it with you guys. I'm sorry if that's your candidate, if your candidate is not winning per this information, then not me saying it. The information we receive. If your candidate is winning or leading, then not me saying it, that the vote that's been tallied, that the result that we have for now. Still, Steve?
Well, Mr. Kenneth,
I want to say this to you. I want to ask you, if
Please.
if this be the case, then what's going on?
Well, we can revert to some of the conversations we had on Monday.
Yeah. Assuming that this result stands,
we can revert to some of the conversations we had on Monday. As part of the Unity Party's plan, and I can say that for a fact because we said it on Monday. Today we are here on Wednesday. As part of their plan, they do intend to push this unless we get other information. But from the information we've received, they do intend to contest this result at the Supreme Court level. And let me say it to them straight up before I get to what it means and what it will say. Let me say this straight up to the Unity Party. You go to heaven, you go to hell, the result will stand.
Yeah, but it's not final though.
No, I'm saying when the final result comes off from NEC, whether you go to the Supreme Court, whether you go anywhere, the result this time around will stand. It will not change. It will be like we can say what it is. But let's get to the impact and the implication of it.
Let me just say one thing though.
Please go ahead.
Somebody say why I hate CDC and we are. No, I don't hate CDC. Let me tell you this. One of the reasons why CDC is at the receiving end of most of my criticism, it is because CDC is the one that is running the day-to-day activity of my country. CDC is the one responsible to cater to the needs of my people. CDC is the one responsible to provide security for our people. CDC is the one responsible to distribute justice equally. So CDC is the one that is representing the image of my country to the outside world. So CDC is always at the receiving end of our criticism to make sure we check them so they can do the right thing. But we don't hate CDC. No, I don't hate CDC. And I know Steve does not hate CDC. Equally so, Telco, we don't hate CDC. And I don't hate George Weah. No. George Weah used to be one of my favorite soccer players. But when it comes to leadership, especially running the country, he's yet to show the technical know-how, the understanding of leadership. Maybe he knows it, but we are yet to see it. So it is our responsibility to make sure to check him, because he's the one leading us. He's not president for just you guys, the CDC people there. He's president for all of us. If he does the good thing, we'll talk about it. If he does wrong, we will talk about it. But the reason why CDC being checkmate every day, we hold you guys accountable on a daily basis because we want to make sure you do what is right. And even tomorrow, a different government, different party take leadership, we'll make sure we hold them accountable. So this has nothing to do with hate for WIA or hate for CDC. No, we don't hate anybody. And in fact, I have said this, Steve. I don't know if you can remember. I've said this clearly. I said my issue is about Liberia. Even today, I see Liberian people happy with Jowia doing the good thing, stop the corruption, and hold people accountable, especially those people who are, committing crime, engaged in corruptions, letting the people go because of friendship. If we decide to hold people accountable, trust me, and I can see the impact, positive impact on our people in Liberia, I can support him. I don't care. I don't want opposition. I just want the right thing for my country and the people. So, Steve, back to you. I just wanted to make sure I clarify, that part to the people. I got nothing against anybody. As a matter of fact, if I had something against CDC winning in Lofa or Unity Party winning, I would not come here and even talk about it. I would just ignore the whole thing and go to sleep. I wouldn't care. But I have nothing against anybody. What I care about is our people, the Liberian people. And we'll always make sure we provide the best to our people. Steve?
Well, Mr. Kane, what this says from the local point of view, in terms of LOFA, in terms of base, from the CDC, from the Unity Party standpoint, if the result stands as it is, if everything stays constant, nothing changes for the most part, Councillor Jala becomes senator-elect, that means the Unity Party or Joseph Yuma Boakai has no base. First of all, let's clear that part out. On a national level, what it also shows, it shows that no party in Liberia, where we've had this myth and this mentality that you must have a base to win election, it shows that come 2023, no party would have a base. There's a plain level fee now for everybody, because CDC's base was quote unquote Monserrato. They got flogged in Monserrato twice. If the Unity Party gets flogged in that area or that base or that stronghold, whatever you want to term it as, then the issue of base is laid to bed. We're not going to discuss that issue in our politics anymore. The paradigm has shifted. Everybody comes to the table without base. So people are baseless now. The second thing also it shows from the Unity Party standpoint of view, it also shows that it also proved the point to all of us that we have been saying that this issue of this person got the number and that group got the number, that's not true. That's lie. Easy said. It means JMB has no number. Forget about that number thing. In the head. It's made up in the head. And that's okay for them to make things up in the head. Nothing wrong with it. It's their right. But now on a national level, it puts the opposition in trouble. It opens the door for CDC to regain, quote unquote, momentum. Because, mind you, few months to the elections, we have to be clear here. And these are some of the conversations these people in the opposition or other places don't want us to have. But it puts the CDC to gain this momentum going into the 2023 election, presidential election. It makes the CDC to become hopeful to some extent. This is not a joking thing. And nobody should overlook this thing. It makes the opposition job harder now. It even creates the avenue wherein voters now would be confused as to if they should just revert to President George Weah, which people say, oh, that one I just senatorial election, the presidential election, and that different thing. What? That's not different thing. And the same human being that will be voting these different counties. And mind you, Lofa County is a problem for the opposition. Let me say this.
So Steve, so let me say this now. Let me ask you this. So, given the fact that Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai Only won Lofa County in the second round. And if Lofa slips away, let's assuming that this result stands, and Lofa slips away from Wakai, what else does he have?
Well, what else does he have?
Yeah, assuming that this result is remain the result. That means what else could Wakai count or Unity Party can count on? Since in fact the idea of stronghold has been the conversation in Liberia, we said similar thing about the CDC when it lost to the CPP twice. We said they have lost their stronghold and they could lose in the general election because Moswado fell. Moswado, was taken away from them by the CPP before the CPP self-destroyed. But now, if Wakai end up losing Lofa to the cities, especially in this manner, like we are seeing right now, what else is left for the Unity Party and Ambassador Wakai?
So early this morning, normally I make it my routine to look at things that are going on, keep a clear mind of perspective, and write a post. Some people will think that maybe I write a post because I don't have anything going on, or I just want to waste my time. I write these posts sometimes for entertainment, but when they are political, most of the times they'll keep me on record and they'll keep the public on record, because whatever you write in public, most of the times they're public record. They don't normally go away. So I wrote a post. I wrote something this morning very interesting. Let me read what I wrote. So no one has a stronghold anymore in Liberian politics. And I said, now, 3 things that will determine the next president of Liberia. The media. I strategically made the media the first one because I believe the media is critically important. I also said, go ahead.
Excuse me, no, I'm laughing.
No.
I'm sorry. Somebody came here. They're so angry, they're so agitated because of the result that we gave. They said, 2 stupid people. Why would you take your time just sit here and watch 2 stupid people discuss CPS, and then you can hear? So where do you fit?
That's okay. I even see a banana. Oh, I've seen it now.
It's a 2 stupid people discussing BS. It's because of the anger. I understand the frustration, but we're not responsible. We don't even not vote. So we just reading to you what do
It's okay. No problem, Chief.
So you see, they're not only CDC can cause people.
You know what? No why
All the Liberian people, all the Liberian people that they sing. If something going their way, be happy you're the hero. If things going the other way, they insult you. You can't sit here and say 2 stupid people discussing BS. Okay, but you're not stupid now.
You listening to her?
You wasting your time. You're burning your data. You can't watch 2 stupid people and listening to them. So I don't know where you fit, but we love it. And if all your insult gonna be with me and Steve down about me, I don't care. It's good. But Steve, I'm sorry. You can continue.
No, it's okay.
It's just funny, right?
It's very interesting. So, Mr. Connor, like I was saying, so the second one I talked about the resources, and then the third one I talked about strategies. Now, I don't know about the media part, if Vice President Joseph Yuma Bwagard would have the media, because the media also comes with being able to allocate resources. So both of them kind of tie in together to some extent. But what does that leave with Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai? I believe, in all honesty, he would probably be left with nothing. And the reason I'm saying this is this. Apart from propaganda, Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai has told us openly that he does not have the resource. He said that. I am not seeing the strategy. To be honest, because I'm not seeing the strategy. If the strategy is to leave the CPP to go on your own to show that you got strength, and you went and got flogged, you need to rethink your strategy. You need to rethink your strategy. If the strategy is to try to align with people that so-called or quote-unquote do not have the number, then you need to start rethinking your strategy. Who are you aligning with is critically important. So I don't see the strategy. I don't see the resources. Even the media that you might think you have to fund the media, or you have to ensure that the media don't just happen like that. Resources has to be allocated for that. So they're in a tight spot.
So yesterday, when they were announcing some of the preliminary results, I heard Costa saying that UP did not invest in LOFA, but they're going to take care of LOFA. In fact, the CDC spent a lot of money, carry on development, spend cash on the people, but yet the LOFA people will listen to Joseph Yuma Boakai. So that is to agree with you for the lack of resources. For somebody to say that we did not even spend, we did not invest in the country, that was alarming to me. So what are you depending on if you cannot invest? If you cannot invest in a country that you want to win. Politics is interest. If people say no interest in you, you can call them your uncle, nephew, this and that. But if the interest is not there, they will not vote for you. But like I said, it's still early for me. To me, it's still too close to call. The margin is very, very, very narrow, very, very small. But if this ends up being the actual result, I'm afraid to say, Steve, this will remind me of what happened in District 15 and also in Cape Man. Do you remember when JNB, Alexander Cummings, and all the other political leaders within the CPP walk in the rain, campaigning door to door to go campaign for Dillon and Taylor Ayure? During the first round, the CPP people claimed victory for both Taylor and Dillon. Then, when they went for second round of the vote, before then, Costa launched attack on Cummings and other opposition because of what was going to happen in Grand Cape Mount County. Then Taylor ended up losing. The same Costa went on his show and said that CDC actually won that election, that Abu won the election because he said that the same result, the same number that Abu got in the first round, the same number he received. So he actually earned the victory. Imagine, this is the same person that was saying on the radio, oh, Telena flock, Abu Kili, right? Telia flock Abu Kili. Oh, Telia fini murder Abu Kili. Oh, that Telia won the election. But then, when it came to the second round of the voting, because his impulsive behavior that make other people to stay away from voting in the second round, and he didn't want to show the responsibility that he was one of the problems that led to Taylor failure to win the election. He went in. He agreed. He said Taylor actually lost the election, contrary to what was said first. So now, the same people, I'm just looking at a trend. The same Costa, the Taylor, the Benina Ure, were the same people too that destroyed the CPP, thereby making Joseph Boakai to feel like plus minus the CPP, they can win. Not only win a senatorial election, but that they can win a presidential election. Now, mind you, this is just a prelude. That CDC or CPP is only stronger when they are together. We have said this before, that no one party within the collaboration can win against George Weah. But if this is not a wake-up call, I don't know what will really wake them up. I'm looking forward to hear the final result from NEC.
So Mr. Kane, this might sound like maybe a broken record, like my boy Woman President would always say, but I want to be clear on something. After the 2017 elections, or since the 2017 elections, and I stand to be corrected, there has been nowhere the Unity Party has put a candidate in a race and they won by the Unity Party themselves. I challenge it. Let's scrutinize it.
Say that again.
There has been nowhere the Unity Party fed a candidate in the name of Unity Party by themselves, like they've done and won. It has not been possible.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What about the by-election? The by-election?
The by-election were with the CPP. But let's move fast forward. Let's fast forward to something.
I remember that picking the call. I don't know, from District 13.
It was Colonial Kura, the first person.
Yeah, that one defeated, Colonial Kura.
Who is the Assistant Secretary General now?
Who is the darling girl right now of the city of the UP?
Exactly. They got flogged. That was the very first test for the UP right after the 2017 election. They got flogged in District 13 because that was Joseph district.
That was before the formation of the CPP. You're right.
Most definitely, they got flogged. Let's go back down the record line. Most recently, when the CPP were in Halu Balu, when Joseph Yuman Puaka took over the CPP, he got flogged in Bonkante again, the Unity Party.
In number 2.
Okay, but then most recently, we've seen the Lofa situation looking shaky. Let me be honest with you, Mr. Kane and the Liberian people. These guys got to wake up. Passing around, getting vexed with people and blaming people, insulting people, and thinking that you have the number. That's not true. It's not reality, my people. The scene where how CDC thought they were in charge, leaving the CPP was one of the greatest mistakes Joseph Boaga ever made in a political career. And he will pay for it. The Unity Party will pay for it. There is no joke about it. Eh?
Unity Party will pay for what thing?
Leaving the CPP? They don't understand the issue.
Yeah, but Steve, if this election results stands right as is right now, that could potentially be the farewell for the Unity Party.
Most definitely so. But even, Mr. Kane, to the greater extent, let's say hypothetically they manage to win at a very close margin. That is a problem in itself. That is a problem in itself.
No, it was going to be a problem. It was going to be a problem. I mean, it would be a problem even if Unity Party wins with a very close margin. That would have signified a problem to come, a future problem for the city, for the Unity Party.
Right.
But losing, that is no longer a problem to come. And in Pele, when they say Akwe, you know what I mean? That means it's a done deal. Because if the UP end up losing Lofa County in this particular election, it means that it's over. It's over. Because, for how long have we talked about people should stop relying on the number from 2017? As a matter of fact, 2017 is no longer a question. You cannot even rely on the number of 2020. Think about that. 2017 was a different story. But just yesterday, UP under CPP umbrella, they won. So that means you can't even really put your name on the chopping board now, even for area that UP won under CPP. If it mean right now, I'm afraid that even if the election in Masarado is to be repeated today, Dillon can win if he goes as Liberty Party. It means even if election is held today in Gambasa County, Yombli Kanga Lawrence, she might not win. This is a clear signal, a clear picture for those with eyes to see, for those who with nose can smell, for those with ear can listen. I'm not talking about blind loyalists. I'm not talking about those people then with the peanut brain that do not have the mental capacity to process things. But for every intelligent people, for every person that understands politics, there's a need to be afraid. And as a matter of fact, tell me, what argument can you make now if, I say if, this result stands? What argument can UP make or Boakai make now to other Liberians or to other politicians or to other political parties as to, okay, I deserve to be the heir? Because I'm not talking about CPP now. I'm talking about the other funny group they trying to form. I don't know. I don't even know the name. How do they call them?
DAL,
DAL.
Democratic Alliance of Liberia.
Okay. That DAL they're trying to form right now. I don't know who all are part of it, but what argument can you make to those people right now? Say, well, I am the leader. I have a constituency that can vote for me, a constituency that I can count on. What argument can they make now? So hopefully, I think UP and their supporters should actually pray harder that this, even if the margin is narrow, let it try to win. The election is over. I don't know now. They can't make up any number like Donald Trump was asking people to make number. But if they cannot catch up and change things around, or the number somehow changes down the line, if it remains like this as is right now, trust me, you know how many times when I'm speaking of Joseph Nima Boakai presidential ambition, I always talk about if he runs. I always put if he runs. I'm not sure that Joseph Boakai going to run 2023. I'm not sure. Because I've said this before. Before the formation of the CPP, Unity Party was dead. It was the CPP that injected life into the Unity Party. It was because of the CPP Unity Party was considered a party. But after their fight with Ellen, after all the fight they had with Women Pale and all the other guys, you think about this, Steve. Beside Joseph Nima Boakai, tell me one person in the Unity Party that Liberian people can look up to. I said it last time. My Peking Lobo got mad at me. They're not supposed to say it. But tell me one person that you can look at. Yeah, this person is a leader that we can follow. Tell me one person. It's not there. And that has been a problem for most of our leaders in Liberia. They never prepare. When they're in leadership, it should always be about them. And everything should be about them. They don't prepare other people. That's why even when Boakai came here, UP people right here, UP people here, they were unable to manage the activities of Boakai. Costa has to take the lead to do that. Costa had to take the lead to do that. So for now, I can tell you, let you people cross your finger. The rest of the number that is left, the 0.4 that's left, it should be enough to offset the 609 vote difference. Other than that, if UP end up losing this election in Lofa County, mind you, it doesn't mean that we are and the CDC will win. No, that's not what it means. This is more about Joseph Numa Boakai than it is about Joe Weah. As a matter of fact, CDC was not on the ballot, or it's not on the ballot. So if CDC would take any credit, they'll be taking credit because they openly endorse Councillor Jala. And Thomas Fala and other key players within the CDC actually campaign for Councillor Jala, but he was not a candidate for CDC. So it has more to do with Joseph Numa Boakai than George Weah. It doesn't mean we or the CDC can win 2023. No. What it means that Joseph Numa Boakai and the Unity Party stronghold called Lofa County no longer exists. There is no more stronghold for anybody in Lofa. Now Lofa now become no man's land. Anybody can win it. That's what I gotta tell you, Steve.
Well, I agree with you, Mr. Kenneth. These are some of the things that some people I saw the same mindset with the CDC when they were very defiant, when the facts were pointed out, when you would tell them that, they lost to Dillon, instead of regrouping and re-strategizing, they would argue, they would get mad at you, they would curse you out and so forth. I'm seeing the same behavior in some of the Unity Party partisans. But I can say to you, though, in the public, based on the information that we are getting here, that result ain't changing. It's done.
But you know the funny thing, Steve? Some CDCians here, like my Pekin Benito then, saying that I hate CDC so much that I'm angry that CDC going to win. CDC, I don't see any candidate for CDC anyway. CDC hiding behind Councillor Jala to take credit. So this discussion is not about CDC.
No.
It's about the Unity Party to be defeated in the area that they consider the only county for Joseph Numa Boakai. The only county that they can rely on, or they rely on throughout. So if you think this is about CDC, the CDC party, you were not men enough to pull up your own candidate under the CDC party to say, yes, this is the CDC candidate, register as CDC. You didn't do that. But you instead hide behind somebody else. So this is now a CDC victory. If at all, Jala end up winning, yes, Jala winning. It's not CDC. CDC can take some glory because they endorse, they'll be happy, but it doesn't mean anything for you. But it means everything for Boakai and the Unity Party because they will have nothing left. That's what I'm saying. You should pray that whatever that is left should be enough to offset, the margin that we are seeing right now, since in fact it's not allowed.
Yes, Mr. Connor, that's a good point that you're making. From the results in the voting population I'm seeing, guess who's dealing the most blow to the Unity Party? The younger voters, the younger people. They are the ones that are voting against whether it's the CDC or however you want to, the Unity Party or whatever it is. They cannot connect with Joseph Boakai. And this is important for us to break down the demographic of this whole election. It's important for us to look at which one of the voters voted heavily towards Councillor Jala or for Councillor Jala as opposed. And yes, it is true that this is not the CDC necessarily. The CDC might want to take credit for it. They might want to take credit for it because of the rivalry or the political, quote unquote name or the way it might seem. But in all honesty, Councillor Jala has been doing his thing. Like Utoso, he has been doing his thing. Kortema was a more difficult candidate to sell. Kortema has had a run in Lofa County. He served as superintendent. As a matter of fact, even on the record, Kortema left the Unity Party and came back. Kortema left the Unity Party and came back. So you see, the thing about it is, Mr. Connor, sometimes it's just hard to sell a certain candidate. It's just hard. But more importantly, this election, we have to look into the demographic because the younger people seem to have voted more against the Unity Party because maybe they can relate, maybe they can connect with the black guy factor. So I would be saying, I'm not going to say it here because these are
okay. Let me say you're not going to say that. Let me ask you this. So, what would be the argument of Senator Darius DeLong, Yeka Koluba, or other senators, Bouchard and other people that went to campaign? What would be their response, if at all, they end up losing this election? Is it going to be that they are not that relevant as they think, or people don't really care about them, they care about themselves, or people mind were made up, or they went in too late? What would be the argument?
I don't think it was about going in too late. I think they took a risky risk. They took a risky risk. As we would always say, all politics is local, or would also say, the tribal politics or whatever it is in Liberia. I don't think they should have gone there. I don't think they should have gone there. I think maybe Yeke being from there, I don't know how many times Yeke goes back. When was the last time he was there? Sometimes, yes, you can be from a place, but sometimes you would have disconnect from the people if you've been away for that long. We have to be honest about it. It's just a fact of nature. I think they took a risky risk to put a national dent on their records or their names. No one wants to actually be associated with failure or put your hand in anything and you fail. But this also is a restoration and a rejuvenation for Thomas Fala. Whether you like it or not, I said it here on Monday that Thomas Fala has invested a lot. Thomas Fala shifted his attention after he was flogged in Montserrat by DeLong straight to Lofa County. Thomas Fala has been in contact with the people. Let me get this clear. I disagree with Thomas Fala corruption. I don't support Thomas Fala. But the fact remains, Thomas Fala shifted his attention. So maybe he yielded the dividend to some extent. Thomas Fala was the one campaigning with Councillor Jala throughout this town. Mr. Okane, going from place to place, moving around with Councillor Jala.
So you think you think before you end when you feel I want you to deal with the part two, you think your name say Steve Zago should be concerned?
Steve Zago shouldn't only be concerned. Steve Zago will be taken out.
Because
Steven Zago will be taken out.
He I don't even know how his position right now in the whole Liberty Party thing.
Is zero barrels.
And then he will rely on Joseph Nima Boakai.
Yes, and that is why he threw all his ties in.
So now Joseph Nima Boakai is losing it. Let me say, if this result stands and Boakai end up losing this election, so what would be, what I mean, that means Zago should really be ready to go come 2023.
Well, Steve Zago should pack his bag and be out. Let me say again. Steve Zago should pack his bag and be out. I wouldn't be surprised if Mohamed Fofana and even the Kotima go against him in 2023. It wouldn't be shocking to me. Mind you, Steven Zago is not Steve, he's Steven. Maybe that's how he acts. Steven Zago, at this stage, threw his ties in there. Everything you see him doing, running around with Joseph Nima Boakai and doing that one, making himself a little funny in the town, is because he was betting on Joseph Nima Boakai lifting all his hand to be able to secure a victory come 2023. This is a bigger impact and a bigger blow for him too as well. I will say this to Steven Zago as we go further. Omer, bon voyage. 2023, you are out. 2023, you are out. Because what has Steven Zago really done? Let me talk so. Let me look at it. We're scrutinizing here. We have a specific time for him, for the people of Lofa County. What has he done? He's a senior senator as we speak. What has he done? What is he doing? And he can't rely, let me say this, he can't rely on the Loma side to vote him in next time. That is not true. Because even the Bandi side, from where and we're talking tribal politics, not Zelova, tribal politics, other places. Okay, the Bandi side from where I come, Mr. Kane, we are sick and tired of having just one group of people just ruling around. So is the Maningo side of Lofians. So bon voyage to my boy Steve Zago. Steven Zago is out. He shouldn't even be worried. He is out. I want to see the strategy he will pull out. Because Joseph Nima Boakai would also be worried by himself. If he runs. This look, Mr. Kane, this defeat for the Unity Party.
If the resistance, I want you to put if you come here. When I say if it stands, if the result stands, because what we are reading right now is not official, right? Even though we believe in it, even though I believe the source 100%, but the 0.4%, I don't know what that will amount to, and and we don't know what percentage of that will go to either party. However, in fact, that 0.4% is not only going to be divided between the two. All six candidates within the race, we got a chunk of that. Maybe they will get some of the top two will get the lion's shares. But at the end of the day,
Mr. Kane, I gave my board call on Monday. They didn't pay attention. They were here insulting. I gave them direct call. I was plucking direct call because I understand some things that happen behind the scene. I heard some things that happen behind the scene, and I saw some things. There is in no way you people that won this election. They stop making noise. Look, I said this thing the other time. Bringing in people from Monserrato, bringing in Senator Darius Dillon, bringing in other people, it wouldn't help them. The only thing that could have helped them, the only way out, there were two ways out. The first way was unity from the CPP. The second way was the ability to be able to secure that vote, to have people monitoring it. They fail to. Look, this is the problem I see with the Unity Party. The entitlement syndrome and this overconfidence where they think they got this, especially in Lofa County, they were too relaxed. They thought they had it, and Boakai got it no more. And that's true. And that's true, my people. Y'all wake up. I'm begging you. Y'all come to terms with reality. Things have changed.
Okay, so let me ask you now. When you say you can see this thing going to the Supreme Court, what argument are they going to carry to the Supreme Court if they lose the election? Saying what?
First of all, Unity Party I will say the party because at large I will use the party, but there are some good people in the Unity Party. Let me be very clear with this. There's some good people in Unity Party. There are also some good people in CDC. There are good people everywhere, but there are also bad people. But when a party makes a decision, they have to follow the party, whether we like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Unity Party has projected themselves not only as defiant, as arrogant, and as entitled. They wouldn't want to take this loss and walk away, re-strategize, and come to terms with reality. They wouldn't want to do that. They want to do grandstanding. They want to show that they're making a case.
Yep, to say what now? To say what now? That would be there?
What? Remember.
All the people didn't come out?
Remember I said on Monday that Joseph Newman Boakai also speaks in code because he's been around in Liberian politics for a long time.
He said, I don't trust.
And he spoke in code to us.
Like, I don't trust the election commission.
He spoke in code to us. Joseph Newman Boakai was aware that they will lose this election. He spoke in code. This is deeper than you think. You're on the internet making noise, getting vexed with people, insulting some of us. It's okay. If you don't understand some things, you don't understand it. That's okay. But when we come in and talk, we don't just look. I should have been sleeping. Sekou, as a matter of fact, Sekou was sleeping when we spoke. I don't know how to call him back to wake him up. To say, hey, we got to get onto this. Sekou was asleep. When we try to speak the truth so that people can come to terms with reality, y'all say, oh, you're ANC man, and you're the other people, and you're on payroll, and listen, wake up. Wake up. Yeah, the other ones are very stupid, but you listen to very stupid man. That's good. Wake up, people. Wake up. So, as part of the plan, Mr. Kenneth, as part of the plan, these guys have already pre-calculated that they wanted to go to the Supreme Court. That is it. Look,
but the Supreme Court we got here. What is the difference from the Supreme Court and Jowea?
Let me tell you something. Let me say this.
What is the difference between the Supreme Court from the Supreme Court and Jowea? You know, number 9, number 6.
Yeah.
When you turn the other side, it becomes 9. When you turn the other way, it becomes 6, right? Yeah, number 9. Just put it upside down like that. When you turn the other way, it becomes 6. The other one like that. So that's the same thing.
Mr. Kenneth, let me make this statement.
Yeah.
Let me make this statement because I have to run.
Go ahead.
But let me make this statement. Maybe you can open the line. You will take calls today. You on your own. I gotta go. But let me make this statement.
I don't think so. August.
Let me make this statement, please, Mr. Kenneth. Let me make this statement.
Go ahead.
Remember when on a Friday where it looked like a happy Friday, when the Unity Party was set free to see your candidate, the Liberty Party, the Liberty Party were also giving victory. The ANC were giving victory. It was just a happy day in the opposition, right? Yeah. Remember? It was a happy day in the opposition, and I talk about it. I say it was a happy Friday. Everybody get happy. Let Santa King get everybody candy. Everybody get jumping around happy, right? So you really think? You really think? I want you to think about it. Those of you who will watch this, and those of you who are watching from distance, you really think the CDC that we know, allow Unity Party to get into the race so that they can win? This was a trap, and you fell in a trap. Dylan fell for it, and the rest of these guys fell for it. And that particular trap that you fell in, it catch you good. This particular winning, I said it again, and I stand by what I said. There is in no way CDC would have allowed the United Party to win because they understood that the United Party was so complacent. The United Party felt so overconfident. They forgot about themselves. They didn't do their homework. They need to wake up. That's all I got to say. Because I got to run. I have to run. I beg you. Take some call with your people. I got to run. I beg you.
No problem. No problem. What I got to do right now, you don't have to switch the line because the call,
I beg you.
Calls will be writing to you. I have to really switch it to here. Okay, folks, I'm going to open the line. We'll continue the conversation. Some of you are very interesting, Sometimes I can't just hold myself, I just gotta laugh when I read some of your comments. But again, let me do this. Let me hold on. Let me open the line. I need to first of all switch the line because all the calls going to be routed to Steve, and you don't want that. I want to make sure the calls come here, so that way you will not have problem. Somebody understanding your, let me see, answering your calls. Okay. So you can call any of the two numbers that we have here. Let me turn the other phone on. Let me see if it's on. Okay. Now both lines are open. So you can call in to tell us the result that we just gave you is from a credible source, very, very credible. Okay, let's do this call here. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Well, this is Cyrus Brazilian mom from Minneapolis as usual. I like to call and make my point and be out quick.
How you doing, my brother?
Not much. Well,
what say you?
You and your boss, Steve, I mean, you guys made all the points. You see, I called, I think a couple of days ago on the show, we started this topic. I was like, this particular election is going to be about expectation. If Joseph Boaga Kennedy was going to win, the result was, it was expected. It was only counted that Joseph Boaga won in 2017. Mm-hmm. So it's nothing new. It doesn't change the dynamics. It kept him in the race. Mm-hmm. If CDC wins, or if CDC Kennedy comes in close margin, it's a whole different ballgame. It means that their brain is not there, and they will still make a push for Lofa County, even if they're not going to win the county. They just want to narrow the vote. But then here's the thing. Jala is not a sedition. So whether CDC support Jala or not, CDC, if you are going to have on Jala win or other candidates that consider themselves independent, it just simply means that your brain is destroyed.
Yeah.
You cannot mount the challenge.
Yeah.
Because I think it was better to put a candidate in the race and use that as a litmus test for 2023 so you know your strength.
Yeah.
But no, you have been losing screens of election one after another. I tell people, the reason we have this problem within Lofa County, the disintegration of the CPP was going to cause an impact. I tell people, the CPP, everything in election is about momentum. People rule on that CPP momentum. From the midterm election all over the country, we saw the result. The moment the CPP started disintegrating, what happened next? We saw all the special election. We never came second or came third. It was all independent candidates winning election, and we're seeing the result again in Lofa County. And another thing that people from Lofa County is they think about looking at the dynamics on ground and picking the right candidate. Brandon Samuka was just perfectly suited for Lofa County. I don't think Joseph Boaga had an impact on the outcome of Samuka's election as compared to him putting a life on the line for Otuma. Because Samuka was just perfectly made for Lofa County. At the time, he had the full support of the county from all the districts he was supported. We couldn't make the case for Kotuma. Kotuma is a whole different candidate. And this is why Jala keep making inroads with the voters. So one thing people should understand, I tell people the CPP was a martyr force to start with. The one thing we can take from this election again is you cannot make the case that you have a stronghold. Every election comes with different dynamics. No two elections are the same.
No.
So then CDC cannot both amongst surrounding county. How do you think that happened? The CPP
Yes.
Because Darrell Taylor was a unanimous candidate. People didn't see Thomas Fowler. People saw George Weah. That's how in local County, people don't see Kotuma, they see Joseph Walker. So if the result is much closer than anticipated, the seat that we can make the case that the seat that happened in Montserrat County is a replay we are seeing in Lofa County. That you cannot keep making this argument about legacy politics. Oh, I got a stronghold. No, there is no stronghold in Liberian politics. The Prince Johnson factor that I keep telling people, even if the Liberian people will make the choice that we are not going with the ruling party or we don't want to go by the unity party, there will be a dark horse in this race because every single dynamic has shifted. The Prince Johnson factor will be no more. The Bromsky factor will be no more. The Joseph Parker factor will be no more. You don't rule for 12 years, go on the sideline, sit for 6 years with a ruling establishment already in place. You don't have the level of government, you don't have the resources, and you think that somehow you're going to come back and be the fools you used to be. That's a lie. I tell people, once I taste in Liberian politics, no matter how popular a ruling party was, there was never a time in almost 200 years that a party left the same Liberian politics to come back and win election. It would never happen. The True Win Party never did it for 133 years. If you still remember, it was the NPP that won with the biggest margin of victory in Liberian politics. 1997, they got almost 80% of the vote. But today, the NPP is a shadow of herself because the moment an individual leave a party, it's never the same anymore. So this whole idea that Unity Party can come back and take power, because Georgia performances are so bad, it's wishful thinking. It won't happen. In Lofa County, it's just giving you signal of things to come in 2023. Anyway, thanks for the time, my brother. It was nice having you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much, as always. Caller, please hold the line. Let's go to the caller 443. What is your name and where you calling from? The last 4 digit is the 0321.
Hi, Sheko. This is Mr. Maul. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Mr. Maul. How are you?
Good. You know, Sheko, in our country, they got a lot of politicians and too few political scientists. There is a difference. The political scientist deals with data. The politician deals with sentiment.
Yeah.
People are wise. They quick to talk. What's going on in Lofa County? If there were enough political scientists with Joseph Walker, they would have told him, don't go and put your faith on his head. Because that's his death warrant he gets signed. Even if you manage to win by 200 votes, 2,000 votes, it's still his death warrant. Because this talking point that United Party has, that they got his number, and all their cohorts, United Party got his number, the number 2 party, and personally, I've always challenged it. They have exposed themselves. Because if they have any number at all, it should have shown in Lofa County the most. For them to be struggling at this point, it's so damaging to them. If they want to be real with themselves, they will admit it. But you know, they say the worst lie you can lie is the one you tell yourself. And that's why Unity Party has done all to themselves all along. And in the end now, it has brought shame to them. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know what the end result of this thing is going to be. Or whatever it is, for them to be struggling at this point in Lofa County, it's a shame, it's a disgrace. And if they had wise people advising this old man, they should have told him, you know, you can go down there and celebrate the man, but leave and don't stay there. Because you stay there all the time to be the man.
Because staying there all the time and then saying, because that kind of put stigma on you that, okay, you say you're going to be the purposely to campaign for the man, you're going to make sure the man is elected. That's why you're going there for. But for you to stay there now, then the result we just read to you now, if that stands, it means that, you know, I mean, what's the need for Boakai and all those other political figures in Liberia went there for?
Yeah, what potential does he have to do anything?
Yeah.
And even once, Sekou, to the reality that the only thing that was holding them up is the CPP.
Is the CPP.
Whoever fooled them.
Yeah.
That they were so strong that they could stand on their own. This has also exposed them. And, you know, it's up to the Liberian people to see it for what it is. But as usual, we like to lie to ourselves. So we will find all the spin to put on it. But this is a disgrace.
Thank you.
This is a disgrace.
Yeah.
And this is the end of him. I can see.
Omer, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, man.
All right, let's go to the caller here. Caller 612 number, are you there? Last 4 digit 1123.
Yes, Sekou, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Fine, thank you very much for the show, man.
Sure.
I just want to say that to those people that are complaining that CDC was not on the ticket, I don't think it was even fair if CDC get on the ticket, because people will complain that because CDC caused damage for Samokai, so they put somebody there, you know, all that nonsense stuff will want to come about. So
Okay.
I think that one of the smartest moves that CDC made by endorsing a guy. And even with the endorsement, CDC sent a guy, a delegate there to push the campaign, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
So whether that CDC sent Kennedy, they didn't send Kennedy, or that CDC that won that spot. One. Two, look, Sekou, sometimes in life we gotta be fair. There's no way Joseph Boakai, the name Joseph Boakai, will go in Lofa and win. Even if you put chicken farm, you can't win it.
What do you mean? Joseph Boakai won 2017 in Lofa.
I'm talking about after 2017. What did he do?
They just won again 2020.
Listen to me. He won because you guys because they collaborated.
Okay.
They came with force. But I'm saying the name Joseph Boakai. And what made Joseph Boakai for him to even stand up right now for people to hear his name because of ANC. Because of ANC. ANC, the one that gave Joseph Boakai voice to even get life in here again. If you don't know, let me tell you today that Alexander Cummings made for Unity Party to be flying around like that. But Joseph Boakai, we damaged Joseph Boakai 2017, the whole election, because him winning Lofa because they believe in that tradition, which is have been broken already. So I'm just saying that you guys need to be fair enough to say that Joseph Boakai have no right showing up in Lofa. You have no right showing up in Lofa. Okay, let's say you won 2017, you won Lofa. What did you do? There's no way in the world opposition, they say opposition cannot come up with any project because they're not in power. There's nowhere. Only Liberia. Liberia is the only country that have opposition. All they do is just talk, unnecessary talk. Cannot even do nothing for the people. That thing is over. And one thing that I supported George Weah for, to open the eyes of the people. And the people's eyes are open now. That nobody just coming to come do for nothing talk. You just run your mouth. You just talking nonsense talk with confidence, and you're not doing nothing for the people. You from Lofa, you stayed there 12 years. You even pay a chicken portrait. Then you won't go back there to tell the people, eating the pork be stupid forever? No way.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
The dynamic has changed. George Weah changed it. Everybody's eyes will open after George Weah regime. Trust me. After George Weah regime, everybody, the one they say, oh, they illiterate, they don't know nothing. Everybody's eyes will open to development. It's time for us to develop that country. That every day we're putting our mouth on, ain't get this, ain't get that. Only Liberia can develop that country. So all the politicians that are running up and down and left with I alone, I'm not giving you my vote until you can put something down in my district or in my county. That's what I believe. And that's the mindset we're taking throughout. No more somebody can, oh, because he's my uncle or because this person or that. No, it will never happen again. So I just want you to know that Sekou,
No problem. Thank you.
Joseph Baka have been defeated. They flogged them. No effort, but I know you're waiting for the result from them.
Yeah, because we are media institution, we can't give final result.
No, I understand, but
so
I'm giving my opinion. I'm talking on behalf of myself.
No problem. No.
Joseph Baka have been flogged.
No.
This matter. In fact, a long time ago, the flocking, but ANC gained life. ANC brought him back to life, and today he abandoned ANC. So that's the thank you. I just want to say thank you, Sekou, for the show. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the other person here. Hello, caller. Last 4 digits 8815. What is your name and where you calling from?
Thank you, bro. My name is Momo Saki. I call from Minnesota.
Momo Saki from Minnesota. How are you, sir?
I found a after.
We're good. So, what is your take? We got a few more calls to go.
Yeah, if you look at the by-election, for me, I thought people, it was Unity Party that self-caused their own problem. If you look at the survey of Lofa, because like for me, I used to go Lofa before I came here. My boss man from Tenebu, where near the FE, or the Tower Association. If you look at Lofa, if you got 5% from the Loma Bell, you got Smokopi, you got Steve, you got Garara Customer, you got Miami Fofana, you got the other Rex. So I think CC did their calculation well. If you look at the results CC got, where the Mose Kwali Sarah Bell, Mose Kwali perform in Kasulajala 1 year. You go to Quadruple or the guy that run against Miami before. Only the party ticket. Who was supporting Councilor Jala? The man, I just forgot about his name.
Sekou Kole.
Yes, Sekou Kole. He did well in Quadruple. Councilor Jala got a vote. But if you, the only area that Ghana customer put on vote was Sosa, Vonjema, and Foya. If you go far, Julie Fatoma, we are was supporting CDC. The CDC she did well, but they were in her district. Even Quran was almost like they were by with Unity Party. I think this election showed to Liberian as simple that no more politics now about after you reach, then you and your family are going to enjoy. People learn from the test what happened in Monserrato. They don't give a story. They don't want. You support that they don't. Said they don't. We know no one can tell me what is tangible they don't have done to improve the people's life. Because election is not about just voting someone for them, their wife and children to get 5 million car. It's about improving the people who voted their life. But if you look at the opposition, one of the mistakes Ambassador Boga did in the past 12 years, Unity Party, no fact that they have almost one of the higher ministers in government. But those guys cannot tell you what they have done. And I can tell people for free, what happened in Lofa. Magma War, Tomofa 2023, you hear Tomofa running Lofa. Because there was a test case for him. And the proper interior election, they don't let it sit in. The people reward you for what you do.
Yeah.
It's not like they sit where you in this cash people. And look at the man have his mindset, but the man mind cannot change. But in the interior, he kept telling me, said 12 years, so you made 24 million. Your office received 24 million. You get to be getting spend $500,000 on people.
Yeah.
Where in the book, you made 24. Check the budget. Ono Mara said in 12 years, I received almost 2 million every year in a budget. Now we agree for your office. As a vice president representative, we see Sajid like here. Sajid going by, he care about 10 bosses by home. Vice president, you travel all where you can tell you not get contact, you improve your people's life. Come on, like president, we're a country where some of our politicians, they come to power, they don't think about who made them. In life, why people send their children to school, you send your child to school so that when your child graduate and go to higher education tomorrow, when you old, they will improve your life. That's how politics ever.
I want you to conclude, please, if you can.
Yeah, that's to me. That how politics will be. That when you are lucky, when you come from your specific region, will God help you go to higher position. The people from your area will get they will feel your impact. Unfortunately for our brother on the other side, nothing. It's
Thank you.
free thought. So I think there's a lesson for all that. Election is not about free thought, about what you do for your people.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. So caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 717. Last four DJ. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. What say you, sir?
Sometimes people just want you to be a double advocate. Like sometimes you don't ask the other them. You see the person not do the thing, what the other person you praising what the person has done. Then it really like they came from the line. He said to the boy, I didn't do no horse in home. He job like a horse in Grand Crew. Who are a multi-millionaire football player? Even one horse in home. You ain't even know one time. So now you gotta ask the question. You praising job like what job like doing in home Grand Crew? You get the president from Grand Crew. You get the deputy speaker from there. You get the speaker from last side. The central bank governor. All the crew there from last side. Look at the rule they get. The president, you get command to do rule there. What they get there? That the first thing is as the entire government from the southeast. Why have they done for the southeast in them? The people you want to go Grand Crew, you gotta spend almost 2 weeks or 3 weeks on the road before you reach there. The president then they talk about Joe Biden, I'm saying nothing wrong with vice president, advisor to the president. So sometimes you have to thorough advocate. So Joe was a multi-millionaire. And when you were paying for
But the person didn't count. Listen now, my brother, the person did not count. The person did not count to make comparison between Jowia and Joseph Boakai. I think they are speaking based on the election that just happened. And many people look at this election as a referendum of Boakai because of the belief and what has been said by the people, especially United Partisans and the people who supported Joseph Boakai, that Lofa is a no-go. Lofa is a no-go zone. So to see the level of competition going, the competitiveness of the election right now in Lofa, it scares a lot of people.
Yeah, no, listen to me. The other senator, is he a United Party?
Who? Steve Zago is Liberty Party.
When Joe Boakai was vice president, he had authority over local county. No, when people voting for presidency, they will vote Joe Boakai. But when they voting for representative, other people, they will vote individual. There are other people that they lost election to Joe Boakai. He campaign for people. He put a hair on and lose all on him. So this is not a discussion. So the by-election can be that nobody will not vote for Joe Boakai. No, that's not true. No, the fear will vote for Joe Boakai when it comes to presidency, but when it comes to representatives and whatsoever, it depends on that person connection with the country.
Oh, okay. But people didn't say that during the election of Brother Samuka. They said because Boakai, put him hand up, that's why he was elected.
Brother Samuka with a connection with what? And Brother Samuka will follow another direction. It will not follow Unity Party.
Okay.
It will follow CPP.
Okay.
It will not follow Unity Party. Brother Samuka will four political parties go together campaign for him. So I want to Joe Boakai. But if you look at it, you saw any Joseph president, and Joseph Party lose that election in local country, including the president senator for Liberty Party.
Okay.
You have to do a connection with the people that can go on. But we shouldn't say they no. But when it comes to presidential election, they want to vote Joe Boakai.
Okay.
How are you looking?
So the people that have voted against United Party candidate this time around, they will vote for Boakai, right?
Yeah, they will vote for Boakai because they're their grandfather.
Okay.
But when it comes to individual, they all depend. The circle you go in your area, in your village, whatsoever. No matter how strong is that government, no matter how strong is the government, when the village will let you know vote you.
Okay.
They will not say no. The circle I don't work for the country. We got to vote circle. They will say it. They will not say no. We got to vote because our grandfather will vote for the person. No. Circle is doing well for our people.
Okay.
Whosoever do well for your district, whatsoever, you will not put you down to vote for you.
Yeah, but
They want to vote for you to vote.
yeah, I understand that, but that's not what people were saying before, though. People were saying that.
But if you don't have the look at the power of the election, how many elections do you won in over? Because he got 2017. How many elections he had won? How many representatives he had won? How many Senate seats he had won? You gotta look at it, do the statistics.
Oh,
Before people here all they lose.
okay, but so Joe Bucket put people on the loose, but he is second win, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. I got you.
They will put their county. They will put their men for the county. But that will all people will vote according to the person morale within that district.
Okay. No problem. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, the message, Joseph Bucket from Joseph Jingle Awata, and then that man put somebody here, oh, in low fight, the boy can lose. But he can win. We know Joseph Bucket can win for himself, but the other put it like get down for my grandpa say, my grandma say, my vote for the person. That's what the brother was saying. So, if Joseph Bucket can put people here, oh, they can lose. Or Joseph Bucket can win. So, nah, I didn't understand that part. So you people then are saying that that play that no go zone. The brother is making a point. Message how many votes Joseph Bucket won in Lova. Me, I can't remember anything. Message besides 2017. Is there any time people they can lose? Okay. I'm sorry. They win in 2017, they may win. They may win the election. But every time they may put somebody in, or they can lose. But folks, we gotta leave it. Those are called, and of course they didn't go through. I'm sorry. But I think we gotta leave it there for today. If we get any further result, believe me, we'll bring it to you and we'll make sure you are informed. So if we can do show and we get any new information, we'll post it. And we're going to be discussing something else. The Liberty Party stuff, we're going to be discussing it tomorrow. The Supreme Court, before yesterday, the Yumble Kanga Lawrence wing of the Liberty Party went and petitioned the court, sent a petition to the court for the court to issue a writ of prohibition, which means to prohibit Musa Belete and the committee of doing anything in the leadership position for the Liberty Party. Also, to nullify every other decision that they took when the crisis was going on. So to issue some sort of a writ of prohibition that will stop them from operating as the legitimate leadership of the Liberty Party. And that petition was denied by the Supreme Court yesterday. We have detailed information. We have the information about it. So we want to discuss that on Thursday, tomorrow. And hopefully, by Saturday, we'll try to bring Musa Belete on, the chairman for Liberty Party, to discuss it in detail. I apologize. I was laughing because the brother that was on, he was very funny. He was making me laugh. He said people who are arguing that Lofa is a no-go zone, that people don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. But for him, he know for sure that anybody hand Joseph Bucket or the person can lose. Only Joseph Bucket can win. But, that's why I was laughing. But trust me, this is not a funny matter. It's not a joking matter. It's very serious. People invested a lot into these elections. But hey, it is what it is. Only one person can win. want to say thank you to you. We'll leave it there for today. We love you, and we'll be here tomorrow to give the final information we have on the election. And also, we'll hear from NEC. We'll come back here and inform you about what is going on. Okay? We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow. So let me see here. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there for today. Yeah, let me see here. I'm trying to play. The song that, how you call him? That my boy, Benjamin. The Honor Cover edition, the song that you say like, that's the song I'm going to play right now.
Niki majigi aladi koroba